Are we doing this? Oh, I guess last year just started with you yelling "Happy New Year, bitches." When is this one coming out? New Year's
Well,
Eve or New Year's Day?
that was Christmas, and that was literally last week.
No. Last year's episode started. Didn't it start with you yelling? Someone yelling "Happy New"? How did last year start?
No, we had a cold open last year.
Oh, that's right. We talked about resolutions, and then we did the music, and then okay.
Happy New Year's, bitches!
I walked right into that.
Fucking nailed it.
All right,
nailed it.
Do you want to talk about, like, real quick? Do we want to talk about on air our amount of preparation that we've done?
Yeah. Okay. So we've had this conversation in the past about how Sylphie struggles to prepare sometimes, even when it's agreed upon that preparation is going to be part of the episode, a specific, aspect of it. And so, of course, as we approach here, the New Year's special for 2026, I guess. I mean, it's going to be in 2025, but our 2026 New Year's Spectacular, we did a few weeks ago re-release last year's New Year's Spectacular, so everyone could revisit the resolutions and the predictions that were made.
And by everyone, he means us.
Yeah, so that we could revisit those things. And then we were going to make new ones for this year. Dan, how prepared are you? What do your notes look like? Because we discussed this last year. My notes looked like the scramblings of a madman last year.
My preparation level is H. So I've got 2 pages of notes.
Yeah. And if your 2 pages of notes are anything like my 2 pages of notes, the first page is everything from last year that we need to revisit. And then the second page is stuff for this year's conversation.
Correct.
Sylphie, how'd you do in your preparations?
I have a sticky note.
You have 3/4 of a sticky note.
I have most of a sticky note. Look,
a percentage of a sticky note.
Anybody that knows me, how do I say this?
I am interested how you're going to say this, because in past conversations, you've also pointed out that you're not self-proclaimed not a creative person and not great at improv, but you also refuse to prepare. So I don't understand what you plan to bring to this episode.
It's not that I'm not good at improv. Look, in every aspect of life, almost, I am a procrastinator. And so that might come as a surprise to some of you. So what that tends to mean is that I wing it a lot in my job, in talking to these fucks, a lot of just winging. You know what I mean? And you know what? Wings aren't even a good food. I'm gonna go there. Hot button topic.
Hold on now.
Yeah, again, vehemently disagree.
I'm distracting from myself.
See, I feel like there's a difference. Like, procrastinating means waiting to the last minute to get it done, but it still involves getting it done. You just don't do it.
I did it.
3/4 of a sticky note. You're right.
This is 3/4 of a sticky note more than last year.
Do you think that maybe this could be potentially, maybe you might have to grab a second sticky note, perhaps a resolution for you for this coming year?
It's possible, but I have other resolutions on my mind.
There's plenty,
but not
of
written on the
space.
paper.
Yeah,
it's not written on the paper.
There's plenty of space on that sticky note for that resolution.
Hold on, let me grab a pen real quick. I do have pens.
I'm proud of you. I thought you were going to have to drive to the store to get a pen.
Yeah, give me just a minute. I'll be back. So anyway, I, as the person I'm guessing who listened to that episode most recently.
Today?
I listened to it today.
I did too.
I listened to it an hour and a half ago.
Okay, you do have me beat by a few hours. Yeah.
I started it while I was earlier, and then listened to it on the way home, and then finished listening to it when I got home from work. I think that, do we want to just jump into like reviewing last year's shit? Because we had a lot going on last year, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who technically got something right.
I think you did get one thing correct, which is one more than Dan or I. So yes, I believe so. So all right. So let's start with predictions, since that's what's on the table. I'm assuming we all have notes of what everybody said. Well,
Yep.
I'm assuming Dan and I have notes of what everybody said.
I have.
You also
I
wrote it
have
so small
notes.
you can't even read it.
Well, yeah, it's kind of dark in my room. I have notes on predictions. It says Dan's tattoos.
Yes.
Okay.
So the very first prediction that was made, Sylphie, you brought that to the table, and that was that Dan would have a different number of tattoos by the end of the year. Whether I think initially you meant that as he was going to gain some, but then we went down this weird path about Costco opening up tattoo removal services. That did not come to
Kirkland's
light.
signature laser removal.
Yeah, that did not come to light.
God, I wish it would though.
As an executive member, get there an hour early and get it done.
I do.
I cannot stress this enough. Dan has a different number of tattoos today than he did a year ago.
No, I don't.
He just doesn't know it.
Yeah. There you go, executive membership from Costco. You were close. As a whole, the podcast does have a different number of tattoos than we started the year with.
That is correct.
But that is because of me and not Dan.
Sophie got a new tattoo too.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You did more work on your arm, right?
Yeah.
Was that in this year or was it all last year?
Was that this year? I thought that was
Yes.
last year.
How am I the one that remembers this?
Man, I've
The
had
days
a
blur.
lot going on.
Yeah, it all blurs together. I so yeah, okay, well maybe Sylphie got some too. We'll have to look back at their transaction record or something. I don't know.
Just look back at my Venmo transactions.
Exactly. Was there a tattoo in there? Let's see. I had the next prediction, which also did not come true. Bob Joyce has not yet, I'm just putting it out there with that caveat, has not yet been revealed to be Elvis Presley.
Yeah,
I'm not going to include that in my predictions for this year, but I do want to emphasize just not yet.
There was, however, and I don't know, 9 months ago, Facebook, Pastor Bob Joyce's journey from Elvis to ministry. So I don't know how much of that is clickbait or how much of it is just burning the conspiracy oil.
Did you do a little research prior to this episode? Because I also saw that today.
100%. I told you I did things.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, because I only wrote on a sticky note.
So yeah, there is a Facebook
I was
page.
Driving when I was listening. Hold on, fuck you guys. Why am I defending myself?
There is a Facebook page that does exist, which alludes to the I'm going to say conspiracy, but I think it's the truth. It leads to the truth, but nonetheless, it was not confirmed, so I did not get that correct. Dan, you had the next prediction.
Yeah, that we would get our
prediction.
Our first sponsor, and that it was either going to be Hims or Cialis. Unfortunately,
hold on, let's review our bank accounts.
We did not get our sponsor.
Yeah, we'll review the bank accounts again. Yep, nope, didn't make a dime off the show, so not quite there.
We've actually spent money on the show.
That's true. We did. You more than Sylphie too.
No, Sylphie for sure.
Yeah,
but I bought a large amount of stickers
and 3 hoodies.
He's trying to give away.
Anyway, Sylphie, you had the next one.
Yep.
Was
this the alien one?
No, it was the the alternate colors.
Yeah, but you said alternate.
Oh yeah, alternative.
Yeah,
alternative.
Yeah.
I did predict that we would use. You know what? Kind of a half win because we did change something about the podcast.
We changed the logo for sure.
Yeah,
the logo.
We added red
format
into the logo.
So honestly, that's a win.
Yeah.
I think if we had done the unbracketed logo a completely different color set, then
I wanted to, and you didn't want to.
I mean, I'm open to conversation about it. How about a little purple on purple?
Get this prediction right.
I like a little purple on purple. Let's see. What did I say next? Oh, I said that that 2 of us would break off and do a spin-off podcast.
Now you have tried multiple times to pitch new podcast ideas.
I pitch new podcast ideas a lot. I have like a whole running list of things that I think would make good podcast ideas. I'm still particularly proud of the last one that I don't want to talk about on here because if it could ever come to fruition, I think it could be successful. But
So here's the thing. I remember thinking when you said that last year that you are by far the busiest of the three of us.
yeah.
You were late to record this episode.
Only by 7 minutes.
So it's funny to me that you want to start, out of everybody, you want to start another podcast.
I said 2 of the 3 of us. It didn't have to be me. It most likely would have been me, but it's
Sylvie,
not.
We should start a podcast.
You want to start a podcast? I'm down with that.
Hey, I'm still. You got. We
got some ideas
to make my prediction come true.
Gave us.
What if we just took his ideas and just ran with it?
You two could be the first guests in that last idea I had. Anyway,
Yes.
I mean,
yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, no. Every episode is guests.
Yeah,
anyway,
no, I get it.
I mean, again, you've got 48 hours to make my prediction come true. So go for it. I encourage it. Take one of my ideas and turn it into a podcast.
Just to shit on your prediction.
Speaking of shitty predictions, Dan, what was your next one?
My next one was that JD Vance was going to get aggressively more and more tan.
In a way, it kind of happened because he's just kind of like in the dark somewhere. Like, when's the last time anybody's heard from him other than Charlie Kirk's wife?
I don't know if soul tanning counts.
No.
Soul is definitely darker and worse than it was.
That's true.
Dan, you also had the next prediction.
Prediction? I'm not super happy about this one, but it's one I'm going to revisit. Snoop Dogg.
No, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Oh,
I pulled the celebrity death. I'm sorry, I should have clarified in my notes. I pulled the celebrity death conversation out as its own separate topic.
Okay,
we'll revisit that one. No, your next one was particularly funny. It was that Jinko jeans were going to make a comeback.
Yeah.
I just wanted to revisit that one because we were able at that time to point out that you were old and out of touch because Jinko jeans were already back.
They're also now
wearing
out
my
of fashion
Jinkos right now.
Which you got to throw them away.
Yeah. They're not in style anymore. Dan's got 3.
Damn it.
Yep.
Sylphie, the next prediction on the list was yours. That was correct. I think we skip it for now and save it for last. Which means that Dan had yet another prediction about a certain brand name.
Yeah, that Blue Sky will rename itself to Twitter and win a lawsuit against Elon S.S. Musk.
Yeah, that hasn't happened.
No,
Yeah,
I
wish it did.
This next one too.
We still call it Twitter though. Like X is still Twitter.
Yeah,
yeah.
Period.
Despite his, yelling
obsession
at people. To call it X.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Pat McAfee did not host an episode of Saturday Night Live. I still think there's potential there. I think it would be fun. But alas, did not happen. There were some good episodes still this year. A lot of good clips. Anyway, Sylphie, your last 2, including the one you got correct. Do you remember them? Did you write those down?
No, because I wrote down while I was sitting at a desk. And then as soon as I was driving, I was no longer sitting at a desk able to write things down. So
Your prediction about space.
Well, yeah, aliens. So I said that aliens, or we were going to find a habitable planet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't followed the space news this year.
I don't think I've seen anything about a habitable planet.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I feel like I'm looped in enough on TikTok and news things that if it had happened, I would have heard it.
I'm just going to Google space news and see what happens.
New habitable planet found. I don't think so. Scientists recently found several promising exoplanets, notably GJ251c, a rocky super Earth just 18 light years away.
Yeah,
that's not far, to be fair, compared to other places.
That's still really far.
Look, it's still a road trip. Don't get me wrong, but
space trip. Some might even call it a voyage.
Data suggests it is almost 4 times as massive as Earth. Oh gosh, that's so bright.
Anyway, no habitable planets that we have started sending people to. Would have been fun though, you know?
We can't even get people to Mars.
We can't even get people to be habitative here.
That's fair. That's true. And then your correct
Bullshit.
prediction. Scott
My
squeaked
correct-
one in right at the end.
Huh? This one got squeaked in?
Yeah. Well, not the prediction itself, but the fact that it came true.
Oh, yeah. So Patrick Mahomes is not a starting quarterback in the NFL as of 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Tore his ACL, tore his LCL, MCL, one of those other letter CLs, and then immediately got surgery, which I think is bullshit that like star athletes can immediately get surgery for things like that. And then there are people that have to wait years to get life-saving surgery. Anyway, that's a whole rabbit hole I probably shouldn't go down. Anyway, he's not a starting quarterback today. Fuck you, Patrick.
Did you see he was fucking sitting in the box too? He wasn't even on the sideline.
Yeah, it was cold outside.
So he's part
honestly,
of the team.
He's also nursing a rehabilitated. No,
rehabilitated. Oh my god,
a surgically reconstructed knee.
Also, look. I don't like Patrick Mahomes. He is my least favorite quarterback in the what?
I said in you don't
NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But I will defend him on this. It was fucking cold in Kansas City. It was raining. Like, he didn't need to be down on the sideline. Sit in your box, bro.
You know, Deshaun Watson is still a QB in the NFL, right?
What does that have to do with?
That should tell
you least favorite QB.
That should tell you how much I dislike Patrick Mahomes.
That's crazy.
Well, congratulations, Sylvie. You won 2025.
You did.
By getting a prediction correct.
Yeah.
Do we want to set some parameters for next year? Do we have predictions for 2026?
Parameters for next year?
Yeah.
Well,
since you won, you can go first.
I don't have to. Since I won, I get to pick who goes first.
Sure.
All right. Dan goes first.
All right. So I think a lot of my predictions were based on the experiences that I've had this year. So my first prediction is that smart devices and AI will openly start like mocking you. So imagine your smartwatch yelling at you as you're getting ready for going into bed. Oh, your lazy ass only walked 2,000 steps today. Way to go, fatty. You know. Or I
feel like there's got to be apps that already do that, right?
God
like
damn it. This is Jinkos all over again.
This is Jinkos all over again. But even if it didn't, like, I don't think that AI cares enough about your actual fitness to like give you shit about it. You know what I mean?
But it knows based on the information that's given what people should and should not be doing, and I think could discern from that whether or not the fact you only had 2,000 steps and then decided to go to bed at 1 a.m. was healthy or not, or whether they should lambast you for it. I think the AI can decipher that.
Think about this too, like autocorrect, right? So your autocorrect starts going, you've made that mistake 16 times already, you dumb fuck. You know?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I think it's got the capability. It's there.
It has the capability to be programmed to do that, which things have already been.
See, but you don't think I think it's gonna make the decision. That'll be when we start to see the humanity.
AI's decision to be to be
the decision model will.
So listen,
are aggressive.
We individually have all said we live in the dumbest timeline. So what about Skynet launching in the real world and it's just passive aggressive and petty as fuck? Wouldn't fit in the timeline that we currently live in.
Yeah, look, I just can't see it being passive aggressive. I could see it being aggressive.
Well, we're going to teach it.
Fuck.
It's already learning.
You know what, Dan? You are so smart.
That was a great prediction.
Hey, I got something for you.
I'm just kidding. I love you. Hey, my fucking nail broke. Like, straight up broke. I don't know what to do about it.
For being mean.
Sylphie, who's next?
I mean, you.
Okay, I was just checking. I didn't know. I'm gonna go more in the pop culture realm. I feel like a lot of mine go in that realm. This has been on my mind because I saw some ads for it. You guys know they're making a Scrubs reboot.
I did. Yeah.
I predict it's gonna last one season. It's not gonna do well.
I got it for 2.
You really think so?
Yeah,
I think it's only gonna get 1.
I think it's going to go as well as the That 70s Show reboot went.
That 80s show or that 90s show?
That 90s show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was probably also 1 season, I think. I think the nostalgia will definitely. I think it's going to have, to be more exact, if we must. I think it's going to have a very high start, and then it's going to have a steep decline. I think it's going to get the first episode between airing and then streaming and all that, it's going to perform very, very well because it is going to have that nostalgic pull, because I can guarantee you I'll probably be one of those people that checks it out. But my expectations for it to hook and carry people, not as high. And I think they're going to...
Kelso still alive?
I believe
Bob Kelso's not a real person.
We have to wait until the show starts and see. I think they're going to try and recreate or recapture the formula. And we already saw through season 9 and then the college thing that they did that doesn't exist anymore. They had a cohesive story and it's over.
Okay.
I think it just won't hit the same, because what made Scrubs great is that you were following 3 young doctors learning, and now it's like 20 years later. They aren't young and learning anymore. They're, I don't know, just not going to be the same.
No.
And I don't think Dr. Cox can do what he did nowadays.
I want the whole show to be, instead of them dealing with the medical side of stuff, it's them dealing with the insurance side of stuff and getting really frustrated with that aspect of it. I want it to be full political commentary.
That'd be interesting, at least. Okay, I will do a prediction. I had a thought when you started talking about like pop culture things. My mind started going places. So this year's Super Bowl is in Santa Clara. It's in the 49ers stadium. The halftime show is Bad Bunny, right? I think that will be the most watched Super Bowl halftime show in the last 30 years. I think that's going to be the biggest halftime show of all time, just in terms of number of viewers.
I kind of want that to be the case because of the backlash that will come from it.
Yeah, I mean, because I think what you're going to have is you're going to have all of the people that you have all the people that don't care, right? They're not in the political spotlight of it or anything like that, and they're just going to watch it because it's what you do on Super Bowl Sunday. But then you have all the people that like don't even necessarily like football, but just want to tune in to give Bad Bunny the press and everything else. I think you also have some people that are turning away from the dark side a little bit, and they're just gonna, we'll just leave it on, and then they'll end up enjoying it because it's fucking Bad Bunny and he's the number 1 artist in the world. And then you have all of the rest of everybody who's just gonna like it. It just feels like it may be a turning point.
Let's see what you did there.
Hold on. I want to go back. When are we going to talk about deaths? Because
we'll get to it. That'll be next.
God damn it. I had a funny thing I was going to say about it.
Well, you can still say it then.
If I remember it.
Hey,
write it down on
pen and write it down on the other 3/4 of your sticky note you have.
That's not how quarters work.
Your other quarter of a sticky note. Is that what I'm? Anyway,
Yeah, trying to be all passive aggressive.
I'm going to jump in. I also have a sports related one. I think in 2026 we are going to see the greatest year in sports championships for a city. I think because we have it very well set up for the potential. I think it's going to get pulled off. I think Denver is going to win the Super Bowl. I think that the Avs are going to win the Stanley Cup, and I think the Nuggets are going to win the NBA championship, and Denver's going to have the greatest year ever seen.
Look, it is,
and then the Rockies are still going to be,
and Rockies tickets will remain affordable.
will remain $12. Look, it is. I don't think that is news to anybody, right? Is that the Denver Broncos are number one currently in the AFC, going for the number one spot in the playoffs, against a Chargers team that's depleted and is sitting Justin Herbert in the last game of the year. So they're sitting their starters because they can't do much better than where they're at right now. The Nuggets are still just I'm not a basketball person, but my understanding is that they're still just really good. But the Avalanche, and I have heard this from numerous people, that this may be the greatest hockey team in modern sports.
Yeah, I saw something about their stats, and the gap between them in first and everyone else in second and below it's crazy. It's crazy the difference.
As of right now, they are 28-2-7, which means they have only lost 2 games in regulation. They have 9 losses total, so 28-9, but 7 of those losses have come in overtime, which is insane because you still get a point. The way that hockey playoffs work, I actually love, but it's wild. It is an insane stat that the Avalanche are putting up. So it is a real possibility. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm throwing it out there. I think it's going to happen. I'm putting it in the universe. You heard it here first. If the prediction comes true, it was me.
My sports win is not as fun, but maybe. So I think the NFL in 2026, after some of the backlash that the NFL has gotten from remarks like from Emmitt Smith, from, oh my gosh, what's the tight end's name that used to play for the Panthers?
Greg
Olsen, and some of the other commentators kind of slipping up. I think in 2026, the NFL is going to try to use an AI commentator. And I think the AI commentator is going to be too real, and the NFL is going to pull it immediately. And what I mean by too real is that the AI commentator is going to be like, oh, well, there definitely should have been a flag there, but I guess Vegas odds are going to pay the refs not to throw it. Something like that.
I think it is way more likely that the NFL, not that that's a bad prediction, but in terms of AI and the NFL, I do think that it is way more likely that they try a fully AI officiated game in the preseason next year.
Ooh.
So they still have refs on the field, but they're not throwing any flags or anything. They're just there to spot the ball.
They've got sensors and cameras.
And not even that. They'll just use the cameras that already exist at football games. But then the AI will recognize it, call down to the ref when there's been a penalty or something else, and they will throw it.
And then you will be astounded at how many times the Eagles get called for, what's the false starting on the tush push or the brotherly shove.
Dan's not like biased at all.
True angry NFC East fan.
Yeah, I think I that's my next prediction. I truly think that that's where they're going. And I don't think it's necessarily going to be a bad thing.
Yeah.
It'll probably be quite a bit more accurate than the refs are today. But people will still obviously be upset about it, and they will freak out and all the other things, mainly because of AI.
How many more predictions do we have? I got a few. I don't know how many.
I only have one more.
All right, go for it.
Oh, you got a few. I only have one, so you want me to use my last one? Why don't you?
I'm not okay. Fine. I wasn't planning on reading all of mine. Some of these are poop. I think it is going to be revealed in 2026 that Donald Trump believes being Marxist has something to do with Groucho Marx. Like he's going to post an image of Groucho Marx while complaining about Marxism. And then later it's going to be revealed that he believes Groucho Marx is one of the Three Stooges. I think that's going to come to light, that he just has no fucking clue what he's talking about.
So he just thinks communists go around going, no, no, no.
Yes, basically. Yeah, pretty much.
You have a multi-level domino prediction.
That is correct. Yeah, going out on a limb a little bit with it, but
a little bit.
Yeah. I believe in him, and by that I mean I don't at all. Yeah, exactly.
You believe in his dementia.
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
Speaking of Donald Trump, I predict that it will be revealed that Melania Trump has been separated from Donald for 6 years. And they've just been pretending to still be together.
Yeah, I feel like if there was a proper definition for being separated, like I wonder where they fall into that realm, because you can't convince me that they're definition. Yeah, you can't convince me that they're like together. It's always so awkward whenever they are together, like on camera. He's always like, "Hey, would you look at her? There she is." It's like, that's not how you should.
It's my wife.
Yeah,
it might be the textbook definition of Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
I don't think it is, though. I think she's fully aware of how bad it is.
Yeah, I don't think she wanted anything to do with the second go around at all. She's mad he won. That's why you see even less of her than you did before.
That's what I'm saying.
Just like, fuck all of this.
Yeah.
I think if it happens in 2026, it will be the most celebrated day of the year.
Yeah, I do want to get to that at some point, but we'll come back to it.
All right. I'll go with my last one. So everything has a streaming service now. I predict in 2026 that the 21st century version of cable comes around, and all these streaming services just bundle themselves together at a discounted price. You get it through one app, and it's just a new, over the top internet based cable service.
I think that
get Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, AMC Plus, HBO Plus. They really got to fucking come up with something other than just Plus, all in one app for one low price.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that is a very good possibility.
And a side note, a caveat to that, I just want the fucking NFL to do it. Because in order to get all the games on the NFL this year, you have to have Amazon Prime. If you live out of market, you have to have the Sunday Ticket. If you live in market, you have to have a local channel provided somehow, either through antenna or a cable company, whatever the case may be. But now you need fucking Netflix to get some of the games. What was that? Prime,
Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock.
NFL Network. It's a whole cabal.
Yeah, how greedy can one group be?
No,
I don't need the answer to that.
I get all that, but here's the thing. Prior to the NFL season, did you already have Netflix?
Yeah.
Just yes or no. Did you already have Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Did you already have Peacock?
No.
Try that again. Did you already have Peacock?
No.
Motherfucker, I'm not trying to dox you, but think about your answer to this question.
I get it.
Did you already have Peacock?
Or
no,
NBC?
I didn't sign up for it.
Oh my God. Yes, you have Peacock. You have all of them. So the only thing that you had to get additional to the services you already had to watch your NFL games was the fucking NFL.
The Sunday Ticket, which is the most expensive part.
I'm just saying, you're bitching about them dispersing their games over all of these other services that you already had anyway. It did not actually inconvenience you one bit.
It didn't inconvenience me, but there are a multitude of fans that don't have all those things.
I mean, I get that. That's yeah.
Again, not wanting to defend the bad guy by any means, but I don't think it's just one greedy company's fault though either. Like
it's 32
all of those
greedy companies.
No, that's part of it. But the other part to it is all of those providers that want to be able to say that they have an NFL game to get viewers to watch their shit, because then they get more ads and they get, you know what I mean? Like the greed does not stop at one place is all I'm saying.
It's not just that. I mean, it's the visibility for them. If you think back to those Netflix games on Christmas, I think it was.
Yeah.
Every single ad break had something Netflix related. Yeah. In fact, I noted 2 different ad breaks where every ad in the break was in some way, such shape or form, Stranger Things related. So there was like a Tide commercial and it was them cleaning the blood from a Demogorgon out of their shirt or something. And then the next commercial was for Target and it was where Nancy and Steve went to go get supplies. And then the next commercial was, I don't even fucking remember, Dr. Pepper or something. And it was like every commercial, they were individual commercials for different brands, but they were all 100% Stranger Things related. That's huge. Yeah. The cross promotional aspect of that is ginormous.
I'm just saying it would be nice if it were easier on the consumer.
Sure.
But greed doesn't care about the consumer.
So what I hear is you're predicting the fall of capitalism.
We're already in late stage capitalism.
Hey, sign me up.
Look, I'm here. Get rid of the capitalism. Let's all have the same things, and everybody can live. And
are any of us
things are happy.
Are any of us confident enough to put that in our 2026 predictions?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Look, I don't mind capitalism as long as there's protection for the workers, and there's not. And I wish I could predict that there would be, but.
Sophie, did you have any other predictions to throw out?
I had one other one, and then I kind of... speaking of Stranger Things.
Joyce Byers.
I think there will be crazy news about at least one cast member after the season ends.
Okay. Someone's going to be like deep into Scientology or something? Like
something crazy.
Well, I mean, haven't there already been rumors of, what's his name, David Harbour?
Shut up, Dan. This is my prediction.
Oh.
Let me have it.
I mean, there's no rumors. Lily Allen wrote a whole song called like Butt Plugs and Lube or something like that. Lily Allen.
Who the fuck is Lily Allen?
Butt Plug song. Isn't that his ex?
Oh, I was saying that he was bullying people on set. I don't know anything about butt plugs and lube.
Yeah. David Harbour's ex is Lily Allen, and she wrote a song called Pussy Palace. Explicit here. And let's see. The lyrics go. Hold on.
Oh my God.
What was it? Sex toy. We really need an explicit plug on this one. Sex toys, butt plugs, lube inside, hundreds of Trojans. You're so fucking broken. How'd I get caught up in your double life? And it's basically a whole song about her finding his like second apartment in somewhere where he had a whole playroom for the people that he would take there to cheat on her with. She wrote a whole song about it. So that's kind of already out there. Is that crazy enough news?
I mean, it might be. I don't know. All I know is that I was on Reddit yesterday and I saw a thing and I was like, I can use this to my advantage.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people in the cast. I could see someone having some kind of crazy up their sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've seen little peaks here and there. Do I have anything else worth sharing? I think GTA 6 is going to get pushed to 2027. I just, as sad as it makes me to say it, I do think we're going to get a Rock Band 5 announcement. If we're thinking video games, I think Rock Band 5 is going to get announced. I think all this stuff they're doing with the Fortnite festival is kind of their foot in the door. I think they're going to want to make that peripheral money, and I think the time is right for a Rock Band 5, and I think I'll buy it. I think that was it. All right. So last year we also made in the realm of predictions. I went a little dark to start, and then I dragged the two of you down with me. I predicted that Chuck Norris would be the tragic celebrity death of the year.
He's
Dan,
still
you could,
alive and kicking.
yeah, I actually saw an Instagram photo of him yesterday, or not yesterday, but like in the last week or two, that he
Nobody
posted
thought that was.
from a gym, and he looks great for 84, I think is what we said. Dan predicted Snoop. Sylphie predicted Al Roker. Happy to report, all three still alive.
Now, I would like to give you a half a credit for this
Me?
one. Yeah, because you did say that Chuck Norris unfortunately would pass, but then after a bunch of stuff would come out and it would turn out that he was just a gigantic asshole. And a gigantic asshole did die this year. So half credit.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'll take it. Now, before we get into predictions, what was your tragic celebrity death of the year? What was the celebrity death that caught you off guard? Sylphie's now like not prepared for that question and having to think back. Oh, Dan too is immediately Googling. What was your surprise death of the year? I'll tell you, People magazine has a pretty long article, like 290 something, I think, listed that died this year.
I mean, I've got two that come to mind.
Come to mind, you mean that you saw after quickly Googling?
Yeah, pictures popped up, but Ozzy Osbourne.
I feel like that wasn't too much of a surprise, but it was still devastating.
Yeah, like it might not have been a surprise. That guy had been declining in health. His last show, he just sat down the entire time, but I think he knew it was his last show. But yeah, man, that one hit me hard. And then I think Rob Reiner
and his wife.
Yeah,
the way that went down.
Yeah, I don't want to really like dig that up.
Yeah,
on here,
but those got me.
The one that got me, and it's one that I didn't even hear of until like weeks after it happened. But I have always been a fairly big fan of Food Network. Huge Food Network. Love watching Guys Grocery Games. Love watching Chopped. It's not my favorite, but I still enjoy it. I love watching all the baking championships. But one of my favorite shows was Worst Cooks in America, because you take these stupid people that clearly don't know anything about cooking or taking care of another human being or themselves, and make them learn. And Anne Burrell was one of the hosts, one of the like coaches on that. And that one actually fucked me up. Like I was at work and someone talked about Anne Burrell passing and how she passed. And that one was like, oh, really? Like that fucking sucks.
Yeah, that one was pretty surprising, I think. Again, same train of thought. Like I agree. The Rob Reiner one was pretty rough. I mean, I think there's obviously a certain level of recency with that, of course, but like, I don't know that.
Also his impact.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
and
you think about
his impact is much bigger than like I ever knew. Right. Sorry, Scott.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I agree. Like I knew there were some things that I just didn't know that he was associated with. That I was kind of surprised to learn about after the fact. Like I mean, obviously I knew Princess Bride and Spinal Tap. I think it was really like and When Harry Met Sally, like there's really strong comedies that he was responsible for, but I didn't know about like The Bucket List and Wolf on Wall Street, like if A Few Good Men. Like I didn't know he was tied to so many of those other things as well that he did over the years. So like that was, I don't know, that one was pretty impactful. And I obviously the circumstances behind it are certainly a factor as well, but I think it also kind of goes a layer deeper, because there were a lot of people. So you know, obviously, you know, talking about how he was unalived, which is unfortunate, but you know, in the events leading up to that, they were at Conan O'Brien's hosted holiday party with a bunch of other people, and it was it's from all accounts that we've heard, and of course they're secondary and all that, but it was a very awkward and like tense situation that was created, and I feel like there were probably a lot of people that have come away from that like thinking to themselves, could I have done something differently? Should I have seen a red flag here, et cetera, et cetera? And this is of course like that parasocial relationship, but I listen to a lot of Conan O'Brien's podcasts, and he's talked to quite a few of the people I've seen that were mentioned in these articles as having been at those parties, and like they talk about their anxieties and all that, and some of them are like pretty severe. It's common within the comedy realm. So to know like those people who are already very high anxiety and all that are now having had experienced that, like that ripple effect, it's got to be rough for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I think that was a big one.
Another one, I was just looking at this list that kind of threw me off, and it was more of that nostalgia hit, Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yes, I saw that one too on the list, and that one stood out to me.
Yeah, because it was just, it felt so random. Then obviously, I mean, there were some very prominent people, unfortunately. Diane Keaton, Val Kilmer, Robert Redford.
I think Val Kilmer is super sad too.
Diane Keaton was definitely a surprising one because it just kind of came out of nowhere, I felt like. What was the other one? Gene Hackman too. That was another one that kind of came out of nowhere. All right, all that being said, took us down a dark, sad path and made y'all Google. I'm assuming you came prepared this year, though. 2026, who do you have on your list as the tragic, surprising celebrity death of 2026?
Well, I don't know if this would be too surprising, but maybe how it happens will be surprising. Dick Van Dyke, as we know, just celebrated his 100th birthday.
Oh, that hurt.
That dude has been alive a century. And I think since
and been a fucking light in the world for a century. Hold on, let's Dick Van Dyke's a legend.
Yeah, I get it. And a great guy. Look, these are not predictions that I want to happen. That would be a completely different subject. But Legos are rated from like 0 to 99. I think it's a Lego that takes them out.
He trips and falls over a Lego, and that's what gets him.
A single Lego block.
That's terrible. All right.
Again, I can't stress enough that I do not want this to happen.
That one hurt.
Yeah. Sorry.
That was a good. I mean, it's a good answer. I don't like it, but it was a good answer. All right. Sylvie, do you have one? Would you like me to go?
Yeah.
All right. I have 3, and I can't decide which one to say.
Let me Google old people.
All right. Oh man.
I've got another one if we want to go.
I think we should have to pick one. I have 3.
Okay.
I'm going to pick one. I'm inspired by your answer, which makes it really, I don't want to say this one. I don't want it to be true. But at 89 years old, he'll be 90 here in a month on the 28th of January. Alan Alda is up there. And by God, I love MASH. I love that show. I absolutely love Alan Alda and Hawkeye Pierce. The wit that he brought to the table, and the importance that he brought in shining a light on the reality of the Korean War and the whole. I love Alan Alda, but man, that one will suck. That'll be the shocking, upsetting celebrity death of 2026.
Oh, I just had a whole. Oh, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, there's a bunch of celebrities that I thought about, and some of the names I did not want to bring to this show.
And speaking of MASH, we lost Loretta Swit this year in 2025 too. Hot Lips Houlihan for MASH.
I never got into MASH.
Oh my gosh, I've got all 11 seasons on DVD if you'd like to watch it.
Does it hold up? It feels like there are probably some problematic things.
No, that's one of the things I love about the show. It was made.
It was a great commentary.
It was made in the 70s and 80s, and it was ahead of its time. I mean, it's got it deals appropriately with topics like homosexuality and the AIDS epidemic and crisis and all. Like it was it yeah
I mean,
it's a
so
great
did
show.
Love Boat.
Yeah, well, sure. And it's funny. It's still funny to this day. I mean, it was great. It's still great.
So I gotta pick somebody, but I think the one that would be most impactful, and I really hope this doesn't happen, Morgan Freeman.
Wow. Wow. How old is he now? 88. Okay.
Yeah, I Googled old celebrities, and then there are a bunch of people on the list that I don't know, or like Clint Eastwood was the first one that popped up. But then I saw a picture of Morgan Freeman, and I was like, God, that would hurt for a lot of people.
All right.
A lot of people.
Well, let it be noted in the death book we have written Morgan Freeman.
I didn't write shit. I've got a sticky note. It's still only got 3/4.
Morgan Freeman, Alan Alda, and Dick Van Dyke. I don't like
Did you
that.
Just reference? Did you just reference an anime?
I did.
On purpose?
I've referenced the memes that have been generated because of an anime.
Okay.
All right. Those are our predictions. That's what's going to happen in 2026. Let it be known now so you can prepare for it.
There are two names that I just did not want to utter.
Do you have two? Do you have two more?
I have two more that I don't want to say.
Oh, which one's your official one?
It's definitely Dick Van Dyke.
You want to throw out unofficial ones? Because I have two more I wanted to say as well.
I don't want to say them. That's the thing. I don't even want to put this out in the ether. I didn't want to for Dick Van Dyke either, but these two would hurt me, like, personally.
I mean, Dick Van Dyke, though, man. Like, I grew up, I loved the Dick Van Dyke Show. I thought he was hilarious. Fucking Mary Poppins, like, the worst Cockney accent of all time.
He's a legend in every sense of the word, and to be that old and to have the sensibilities that he does makes it even more rare. But no, there are two actors in mid to late 80s, like they are in their mid to late 80s, that have been very connected to sci-fi and mystical films.
Hold on. You're talking...
I don't want you to say their names as we discuss this subject.
You're talking Ian McKellen.
Fuck your face.
William Shatner?
No. Oh my gosh.
Sir Patrick.
I hate
Stewart.
You both.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart. That's who he's talking about.
That would be really sad. That
both
was very, very impactful. Yeah.
I feel like if they both go out, it's going to be together. They're going to be like on a joyful little car ride on a countryside somewhere, and then just right off.
Their friendship is
amazing.
The stuff of dreams.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to go out together.
Oh, I love their friendship.
I'm taking you two down with me when I go
down and drink a couple of pints with those two. Just the converse. I would be starstruck. I wouldn't be able to utter a word.
You wake up the next morning needing a cigarette. I'm just saying.
Who are the other two that you want to die?
My two, if he even makes it through the rest of this year, to be fair, we're recording this a day or two in advance. Andy Dick. I mean, he just OD'd on fentanyl a couple weeks ago.
He's living rough.
Yeah, he just turned 60. His OD was 9 days before his birthday. Luckily somebody was there with Narcan to get him back, but that ain't gonna happen every time. I could see Andy Dick in 2026. I think that's low hanging fruit, if I'm being honest. I think that's a safe prediction. The other one I wrote down initially. So initially this was the prediction I was gonna bring, and then you said Dick Van Dyke, and it got the gears turning, and it made me think of Alan Alda, and it made me real sad. My initial prediction I was gonna bring to the table was Cher.
Oh, she's immortal.
I could see it.
She's never gonna.
I could see some pop star royalty like Cher, who turns 80 in May, being the one.
Damn, she's really turning 80?
Yeah, she turns 80 in May.
She's mostly plastic now. She's
Is that what makes her immortal?
Her and cockroaches could survive
not biodegradable any longer.
Holocaust.
All right. So again, official predictions though, that'll count for points next year. Alan Alda, Dick Van Dyke, and wait, sorry, what was yours?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. That's right. All right. Before we call it a full new year, we're approaching midnight now. Do you have? Should we revisit our resolutions? See how we did.
I was gonna say we haven't talked about our resolutions from last year.
Those are the notes I have.
The one thing we were gonna not talk about.
Yeah. So Dan, you had carried over stop smoking. How's that going for you?
Still don't smoke. I have not smoked a cigarette, and 1+ years to whatever I said last year.
So 8 years.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. And then you discussed losing weight, becoming a healthier version of ourselves.
I think it was actually Sophie that brought that up. I believe her exact words were to get to be a fitter version of themselves and hold each other accountable. And what's really cool about that is that she also brought up the fact of a competition. And we have done that for the most part. It just took us a really long time to get started. We didn't start until like late August. But hey, better late than never.
But one of the other things Sophie talked about was being bad at self-accountability. And that was the reason for the competition. But the thing is, the competition aspect went out the window almost immediately. And it just became accountability and cheering each other on. And it was
motivation.
Beautiful. Yeah, until I stopped.
How long did it last for you, Sophie? Because I also stopped.
A few weeks. I mean, to give a little bit of credit, my heart stuff also was my main focus. As much as I would like to be like bikini body ready by like next month, that's not going to happen. But I do think my heart's doing okay. Cholesterol.
Why do you want to be bikini ready in January and February?
I want to be bikini ready right now if I could, just so that I could.
All right, sure.
Can't wait to wear a bikini on our camping weekend.
I am happy to say that I have dropped 42 pounds since I started.
Plus, he lost weight.
Yes, I lost 42 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Since we started, the last I weighed myself, I was 218 pounds, which if you don't do the maths, that meant I started at 260. And the fact that I've made it this far and I've been this consistent, I'm very proud of myself. But I'm also very proud of, like, again, competition is not a right word, but what the group has done and the fact that I think I'm still the only one that posts on a regular basis with the official weights, but it has motivated me, and that's what I needed. Sophie, to your point, that accountability buddy.
I'm going to get back to posting, okay? I just put the diet on hold basically from Thanksgiving through the end of the year because there was just no point. However, to your point, since we started the accountability aspect of it, I did get down 24 pounds from my top weight. I got down 24 pounds. At the moment, I'm currently still down about 20. I've only put on 4 since the holidays, which I'm honestly, given again, Thanksgiving, 2 birthdays, Christmas, all the chaos that went along with that, to have only put back on 4, I'm honestly pretty happy with that. And I do intend with the new year to begin posting my weight updates and everything on Wednesdays like we were doing. So, I'm doing good. And speaking to resolutions moving forward, being more mindful of the things I ingest, just period. That's something that we're going to be working toward. Whether that's things I eat or inhale, one way or another, trying to be more mindful of those things, do both of them less often and smarter.
You do eat very fast, so that's probably good.
Yeah. That's going to be a goal for 2026 is just simply ingest less. Keep the weight going and all that. And then get to the gym more often. Ashley told me that one of my resolutions for 2026 needs to be ripped. You know, just be ripped. Just be able to pick her up and throw her against a wall type
I'd
deal.
fucking love to see you ripped.
Can you imagine? I can't imagine.
No.
I've never been that. I've been lanky and I've
You
been
are
gangly
lanky.
and I've been chubby, but I've never been ripped. I mean, it might be something new to try, you know?
Yeah, you know what? Might as well.
Sure. I mean, if I've got the means, why not, you know?
Yeah,
they make steroids. You can do that.
Hormones are a thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I think for me, from like a resolution perspective or a goal, is that I would in 2026 like to be fully presenting.
Mm.
So I know it still takes time and I'm still going through a lot, but since I started my transition, it's been a few months at this point since I started. You know, I've felt mentally, I've felt really good. Physically, I know there's still some changes coming, so we will kind of see how that goes. But I would like to, and I did. I went out on a date on Friday last week in a dress and tights and, you know, heels on and everything else. Went out in public, went to a restaurant that had fucking nobody but this one family in it, and they just stared at me the entire time. So it's not like I haven't been hurt. So I think I can start leaning in a little bit more.
Good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Dan, how about you?
The first one that I've got written down, I have a few resolutions, but I want to keep the weight that I've lost off. That's probably the top. Like I can fluctuate, but I don't want to balloon back up to like that 250, 260.
What's the weight where you step on the scale and you see that and your red flags start going off, your alerts start going off?
Well, my goal weight is to get down to 210. If I can do that, I will feel good. So that's my green flag, I guess.
Yeah,
my red flag is 225.
If you see that, you're like, all right, time to go throw up and purge.
No.
Oh,
I like food
we do not
too
advocate
much to do that.
Eating disorders.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood. I don't know how your red flags work.
Look, Dan, I'm proud of you and I'm happy for you. No matter what Scott says, I'm proud of you. Now,
what did I?
Why do all of your resolutions have to do with just continuing doing something you're already doing?
Look, what I have done to get here, although it hasn't been drastically life-changing, I have had to put a lot of time and effort and focus into doing this. And it has changed like my snacking habits, for example. And that hard work, I think part of that is making something that can last. So I just want to stick to it.
Yeah, but like stretch goals, bro.
Okay. Well, then here's a stretch goal. I will stream, like host and run a stream at least once in 2026.
One time. 365 days.
The first day after Scott and I come over to his house to show him how to do it.
Right. You've got 8,760 hours, and I'm going to stream at least one time.
So here's the thing. Like, I'm not entertaining. I don't think anybody would want to watch me play video games because I don't even play video games well.
Yeah, but they can barely understand you. Like, people look for that.
I'm telling you, it would be very interesting to watch you play video games because the way that you are so incapable of focusing on anything else, the way that you're so singularly focused that we can have full conversations and you don't hear it. I want to see it. I want to see you just like dead eye staring at the screen, unblinking focus. I want to see what it's like when Sylphie and I are trying to talk to you and you're just in a whole nother world.
Yeah. Do you really though?
I'm very curious to see what it looks like. Yeah.
I mean, I got to imagine it looks like this, but like dumber.
Maybe. See, that's a stretch goal right there.
Yeah, drool coming out the side of the mouth. one licorice hanging out the other side. You pick up licorice as a snack. Anyway, you're old.
Thanks.
I love you.
You were being nice, and then you just got real mean.
Sylphie, do you have any other personal?
I do want to circle back to one of Scott's goals for last year.
Yeah.
His
the special
resolution
guest?
was to be more positive.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you know
started
what?
this episode out real positive.
Look, I'm a work in progress. I did also mention that we would have a notable guest. We had the CEO and owner of Fancy Frosting Cookie Company.
I mean, I guess she has been on TV, technically.
She has. And Colorado Springs local Fox morning program star. So, you know, if that's not notable, I don't know what is. I did spend some time earlier today looking at Cameo to see what the cheapest ones I could possibly get were. They still weren't worth it. It was not.
What was the cheapest one you found? Now I'm curious.
The cheapest one that I found where I was like, oh, I know who that is, was Perez Hilton. The like celebrity vlogger rumor mill person. And they were like $45 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Like, no. Let's see. What are some of the other resolutions from last year? We would get listeners up to 3 digits. As we know from last week's episode, that did not happen, but we did get to 4 countries. So that's cool.
Dude, you could get Island Boys for $30.
Yeah, I saw that one of the Island Boys was on there too. Again, I wasn't interested. And speaking to that point, one of my resolutions is also to be more frugal. I gotta be smarter with money. Ashley and I, we keep a running budget like in Google Docs of like our expenses and things. And we were looking at like our expenses for the year. You want to take a guess at how many times in 2025 my wife and I went to Taco Bell?
Oh,
take a guess. I want to hear your guesses.
I'd see
63.
365. I'm betting 120.
Okay, hold on. Wait, now I got to see who's closer. Hold on.
Is it closest without going over? Because I think I
Dan, what's your number?
120. That's a lot.
Okay, so Sylphie is closer, but it's still crazy. We went to Taco Bell in 52 weeks. We went 82 times. We averaged 1.5 times a week. McDonald's, we went to 74 times. Between the two of them, we averaged 3 times a week of either McDonald's and Taco Bell. Now to be fair, I say quote times a week. This is from a spreadsheet, so it is looking at like number of transactions. So like if we went to McDonald's and got Happy Meals and then also went back and got ice cream, then that's, but approximately, I got a real problem.
You could have got the I'm a snake guy.
Also no. $2,140.96. That's how much crazy, I spent at Taco Bell in 2025.
They should sponsor us. Taco
Seriously.
Bell. I mean, honestly, love me a CGC.
Yeah.
Same.
Also,
that is the benefit of the weight loss that I've been doing is that we have also cut back drastically on our DoorDash. Because we were spending a gratuitous amount of money.
I did cancel my DoorDash this year.
Look at you go.
That's
cancel subscriptions.
And then I found that Taco Bell and Qdoba will both do deliveries from their own apps.
We used DoorDash 27 times this year for a total of $753.15, which I still feel like it's less than Dan, but it feels like a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't keep a running tally of how much I've spent on DoorDash.
You probably don't want to, because I tell you what, when I was doing these calculations earlier, I was getting stressed out. All right, we got to cut all this out. So that's another resolution for this year.
One of my resolutions for the year is that I am going to start unsubscribing from emails instead of letting them like emotionally bully me. Like, dude, all the promotions, especially when I buy something for my wife.
Yep.
Like I still get promotional emails from Shenko and Shenko.com from when I bought her engagement ring.
Yeah.
All those years ago.
Yeah, I get them from like, what is that? Buff Bunny, because she did sports bras and leggings, and then another one that just whatever stuff. Yeah, I get them from all the stuff. Exactly. I've bought my wife, and there it's like, I don't know who you think you're marketing to, but I need to start hitting them subscribe. Yep. Sophie, what else? You got at least probably a quarter of a sticky note left there to read. What other resolutions did you have?
Oh, I didn't write down any of my like current resolutions.
Oh, you were just revisiting last year.
Matt, be more fit. Live episode. We didn't do that.
We didn't do
Scott,
a live episode.
Guest star, be more positive. You didn't do that.
Wait, hold on.
He did the guest star.
Dan, also guest star, because you can't come up with your own goddamn resolutions. You just continue things. I'm telling you.
Look, stream at least once, unsubscribe from emails.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
How is that bullshit?
What kind of resolution is that?
I'm with you on that one. I need to hit that button more often. I get so much junk email.
Anyway,
I did make some for Gilbert, the pod.
Dude.
Huh? What?
We could have got Gilbert. He's only $20.
Gilbert? I'll keep that in mind for next year.
Anyway, sorry, Dan.
I did make a couple of resolutions for the podcast.
We're gonna add a fifth country.
Ooh, that's a good one. I want to do that.
Okay, we'll get someone in Canada to listen.
Canada, hit us up. I want to, in 2026, make a recording schedule and actually stick to it.
I'm not going to comment on that.
How far out does a quote recording schedule count for you?
In the year of 2026. If we start in August and actually run it through the end of the year, that's a success. If we start in October, my cutoff is December. We can't start in December and run it and count it for the year.
So if we can come up with a schedule that lasts at least 2 months and then we stick to it, that clears your resolution?
It's the sticking to it. We have to make it through the end of the year.
Yeah, I said that part.
Start off point can't be December 1st.
Okay. He's got high hopes. All right, anyway.
I thought you were going to start singing Bare Necessities.
No.
Yeah, I don't really have much else. I mean, I think that, look, we just want... I want to continue to enjoy this. I want to continue to have a good time talking a bunch of bullshit with you folks. And having a place where we can just kind of hang all our shit out there. You know what I mean? Go to YouTube. Check it out.
Or Pornhub, depending on what we're hanging out.
Yeah, exactly.
I have not uploaded anything to Pornhub. I can't speak for these two.
I'm on X Hamster.
On that note.
Wow. Okay, so like on one hand, I want to applaud you for the deep cut porn website reference, because you really are just kind of outing yourself as someone who knows multiple porn. But at the same time, like, we immediately knew what you were talking about. So like, you know, good on you. I appreciate that level of unintentional honesty you just brought to the table. Your face, by the way, is beat fucking red right now.
Yeah.
All the blood in your body has rushed to your face.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube. Take a look at it.
Look at that vein in his forehead. It is going to explode.
So
my hands are actually really cold, so this kind of helps.
to get us moving forward, are there any other predictions that you guys want to, or not predictions, resolutions, whatever the fuck we're talking about? Do you want to get out there before we wrap up the show? Because it's been over an hour and I have less than 3 minutes to cut out.
Hey, look, quality content. I want to be more in control of my time. I feel like my wife and I are constantly in a state of like overworked, overwhelmed, trying to figure out how we're going to get everything done. And so I think we need to figure out some ways to get better control of our time. I think that's something I'm going to work on too. Again, just putting it out there for public accountability. I want to be more present. I want to put my phone away. I want to get better about like leaving it charging and going to play with the kids and doing stuff without it in my hand.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Exactly.
Looking at cameos.
I think that was it. I think those were mine. That's all I had on my notebook.
My last one is that I still want this to be sponsored, and I still want it to be by Hims or Cialis.
I still want to get a guest star. There's got to be connections out there. Anyway, we'll see. We can make it happen. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure knowing you all through 2025 again. Why are you looking at me like that?
Why'd that seem like a goodbye message?
Yeah.
Goodbye to
Fuck it, I'm
2025.
out.
Goodbye to 2025. Hanging with you two fucking morons has been a highlight of the year. It's been an interesting year, to say the least. We've all gone through some changes. I'm sure we've got some changes, baking ahead. That will surprise us at some point. But for now, one more resolution. I'm going to end 2026 with at least one fucking less pet than I started 2026 with.
I don't think that's.
I'm not planning on killing. We still have the cats. They haven't gone to the shelter that we're taking them to yet. My goal is to reduce it by 2 with them leaving, and then not increase it anymore.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Dan's tattoo prediction.
This is gonna be like the time you said you were gonna be more positive.
Yeah, no shit. There we go.
Y'all are mean. All right.
Hey, what if somebody's listening to this and they want it to can we do a 3, 2, 1 Happy New Year?
Sure.
In case people want to time it up perfectly with New Year's Eve.
Sure. We'll have to put the timestamp in there so people know when to start this episode.
Exactly when to start the fuck. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do math.
All right, here we go. For your proper needs, the countdown is in progress. You started this. What? Are we doing it now or at the very end?
Well, thanks, Aaron O'Donnell, for giving us music. He's Scott. I'm Sophie, and he's Dan. All right, now let's do it.
So you could have just said at the very end. All right.
Well, that's what I meant.
All right. How are we going to do this? Because we've tried doing synchronized things before, and it hasn't
almost worked last time.
All right. Just visual. Just boom, boom, boom. Well, I've never counted out loud too, but okay.
You're going to have to, if you're going to count down, then you also have to give a half second. No, I guess that doesn't work. We'll figure it out.
I'll just point. I'll point. All right. So Sylphie's done the math. You've started the episode at the exact second that she said to in order to be able to make this work. So here we are. The countdown's in progress. Everyone's watching Ryan Seacrest, I assume.
Go down on a ball.
Yes. 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year! See, that was actually, both of you were perfectly on sync for me. All right. Bye-bye.